The Pacific Athletic Center is excited about the expansion of our Express basketball teams, featuring 5th through 8th grade and high school girls teams and boys teams. Players for the Express receive exposure to the highest level of competition, our dedicated practice facility, individual training, and coaching from our experienced staff, plus top-of-the-line gear, and for parents, affordable pricing and scholarships. Check out the Pac Express at PacificAthleticCenter.com.
Working together for a common goal. That's what teamwork is all about. Tom and Karen Alderson and all the staff at Awards West Printwares congratulates all of our local athletes for the time and effort they have invested in learning to play their game and in learning how to be good teammates. At Awards West Printwares, we take a lot of pride in working as a team to provide quality custom awards, screen printing, embroidery, and banners. Alderson's Awards West Printwares on Kresge in Centralia.
You know you want this. It's the foundation that opens the door to opportunity. Centralia College Bachelor's of Applied Science and Management degree is your credential for success. Start your journey now with a hybrid 2-year degree at Centralia College, then move into the college's acclaimed bachelor's program. If finances are an issue, the Centralia College Foundation may be able to help you. Simply go online today and fill out an application. For more information, go to centralia.edu. Centralia College, where your success begins.
Are you an athlete, former athlete, or suffering from athletic-type injuries? Then you need to stop by Pacific Sports Spa and check out the most cutting-edge therapy equipment assembled in one place in all of the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Sports Spa can help you deal with the pain and soreness of sprains, inflammation, or stiff joints and muscles. Check out the services offered by Pacific Sports Spa on their website at pacificsportspa.com. Pacific Sports Spa is an athlete's best friend.
The Port of Centralia is a local leader in bringing new family wage jobs to Southwest Washington. The Port of Centralia Board of Commissioners is proud to support the local businesses like the Eli Sports Network and our local kids. There is no doubt our future leaders are those that can commit, are dedicated, and self-motivated. The Port of Centralia believes high school sports is a great way to develop those skills. Best of luck, athletes from the Port of Centralia.
All right, we are back here for part 2 tonight of our doubleheader of the Centralia College basketball programs. The men taking their turn now as the Trailblazers will face off with the Pierce College Raiders. Get things going with our short pregame. Here's Luke Kilgore.
Thank you, Luke Kilgore alongside Garrett Spivey. We have Noel Vasquez handling the technical side of things as we are hoping the Centralia Trailblazers can get the sweep and win the twin bill tonight. Earlier, the Trailblazer women won 76-62. Kylie Smith, 22 points and 10 rebounds. The Centralia men, 6-14 overall, 2-3 in Western Conference play. They're in 5th place, whereas the Pierce men, 2-16 overall. They're at 0-5 in conference play. So the men have a good look at this one. They're defending home floor. And it's looking good as long as they can clamp down and play their game. Now, one thing to mention here, Austin Curry is not starting tonight. He is their second leading scorer, 18.2 points per game on 43% shooting, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals a game. So he does pretty much everything. So his leg seems to be bothering him. He'll be coming off the bench. But look for Marcus Gilson, who averages 18.4 points per game on 58% shooting and 8 rebounds a game. Look for him to really step up in the starting lineup. So going over the starting lineups, as Jerry Owens is announcing, the Pierce College Raiders, number 1, a 5'11 guard, Barinder Sandhu. Number 3, a 6-foot guard, Daniel Gregory. Number 4, a 6'3 forward, Ronnie Roberson. Number 5, a 6-foot guard, Rakeem Huey. And a 6'6 forward, number 24, Marquise Raybon. And for the hometown Blazers, Austin Curry, as we said, is sitting tonight, usually starts. Number 1, 6'2 guard, Jackson Clark. He's starting at guard tonight. Colin Prangley, a 6'3 guard, usually coming off the bench. He averages 11 points per game. He's starting. Austin Philly, a 6-foot guard out of Napavine. He's number 20. And Tyler Meadows, 6'3 guard, number 22. And Marcus Gilson, the leading scorer for this Trailblazers team, 6'5 forward. He is number 34. So just getting over starting lineups here, getting set to get this one underway. Centralia women won. Now the Centralia men looking to get the sweep in tonight's doubleheader. Going into this one, the last game out for the Blazers, they hosted Green River last Wednesday, and they barely escaped with the win, 89-88. Talked to assistant coach Jonathan McMillan right before this one, and Curry not starting could hurt them, but they just need to get a good rhythm, and they need Marcus to get out and jump in front early. Got to play good team defense, make that extra pass, and they'll find success against the Pierce College Raiders. For the Raiders, Rakeem Huey leads them 16.5 points per game, 88% from the free throw line, and Marquise Raybon 14.7 points per game on 50% shooting. So we're getting the jump ready. The Marcus Gilson going up against Ronnie Roberson. So 6'5 versus 6'3. Gilson get the tip. It is corralled by a Pierce player, but he stepped out of bounds, so Centralia is going to get the first crack at this one.
Yeah, right in front of us, almost ran into our table. That would have ruined our broadcast.
Yeah, I appreciate him looking out for us. There's Austin Philly diving inside to Colin Prangley. His floater up and in. Nice pass from Philly. Good finish from Prangley. Centralia draws first blood here as Rakeem Huey takes the ball up for the Raiders. A noisy bench here for Centralia. Inside driving in is Ronnie Roberson. Kicks it out for a short corner jumper. No good from Marquise Raybon. Rebound Centralia. Tyler Meadows kicks it to Jackson Clark. Meadows to Clark, left wing. Dribbles it up to the top of the key. Resets, gives it to Meadows, right wing. Nice screen from Prangley. Nothing doing there, but Marcus Gilson driving in. Takes one step. Nice finish from Gilson, and he's getting started early.
And just like the women, the men are getting off to a quick start over Pierce, up 4-0 already.
19 minutes remaining here in the first half. Pierce ball right wing is Daniel Gregory. Kicks it to Rakeem Huey. Verinder Sandhu kicks it back to the top of the key. Three-pointer is up and good for Rakeem Huey.
And again, just like Pierce, women, the men like to shoot threes just like that from long distance.
Jackson Clark kicks it to Marcus Gilson, left wing, looking inside, back to Clark, right wing. There's Colin Prangley in the post, drives baseline, kicks it to Philly, left wing three, Tyler Meadows, no good. Good look at it, but rebounded by Pierce. Driving inside, Daniel Gregory, his layup attempt no good. Offensive rebound up and in by Ronnie Roberson, the 6'3 sophomore out of Seattle.
Just like that, Pierce taking a 5-4 lead off the three and the layup.
Centralia ball, they now trail by one. Just over 18 minutes left in the first half. Colin Prangley drives inside to Jackson Clark. Tyler Meadows surveys the floor. Crossover at the top of the key. Goes inside, takes two steps, kicks it to the left corner. Jackson Clark almost able to corral it that time. Austin Philly shoots, and it's going to be a shot clock violation, or no, might have hit rim.
They're going to say it. He got it off in time, even though it was sounding right as he was shooting it.
So Pierce ball, top of the key, three off back iron, no good. Tapped by Meadows into the hands of Colin Prangley, bringing it up the floor for the Blazers. Driving inside, two steps, Marcus Gilson, three, left corner, no good.
And no one was there to rebound, but getting the steal and the foul that time, Colin Prangley.
So Pierce, when it looked like they had the advantage there in transition, Prangley swipes it away and goes up to the cup, drawing the foul. So Prangley bringing a lot of energy for these Blazers. Last time I saw the Blazers play was against LCC, and that score didn't quite typify that game, as it was close and competitive until about the last 2 minutes, until it became blowout territory. And Prangley hits the first free throw, knots it up at 5, 17-19 remaining here in the first half. We are live on Eli Sports Network, and streaming on Twitter and YouTube.
Marquise Gilson looks like tended to needing a Band-Aid, as might have had some bleeding coming somewhere.
Marcus applying the bandage to his hand. Looks like he'll still be playing. Prangley hits both free throws for a 6-5 lead. Pierce ball, Centralia up 1. 17-15 remaining here. Barinder Sandhu, top of the key, kicks it over to Rakeem Huey, left wing, back to Sandhu. Daniel Gregory just running a shell drill here, but driving baseline, and a nice kick inside is knocked away by Prangley. Another good defensive effort from Colin Prangley. He's going back inside, no good. Gilson skies for the rebound, but not able to get the putback to go. Rebound Pierce. Barinder Sandhu, top of the key. To Huey. Huey directing his man. Roberson comes up, receives the ball. Back to Sandhu, right corner three. Daniel Gregory's up and in. So an 8-6 lead for Pierce now, 16:30 remaining in the first half. Here's Jackson Clark. Left wing. Meadows gets freed up. Gives it to Prangley, driving, no good. Gilson, offensive rebound, draws contact, and what strength to put it up and in.
And on that one, Prangley didn't want to travel, so he had to put up a shot that he wasn't comfortable with, but luckily for him, Gilson was there to get the rebound and put it up and draw the foul.
Didn't expect that wide open of a lane. Got a wide open look at it. Off glass, but Gilson once again skies in for the rebound. Had two defenders on him, doesn't matter, he put it in anyway, and here he is converting the three-point play to make it a 9-8 lead for Centralia. Barinder Sandhu kicks it over to Gregory, back to Sandhu. Here's Rakeem Huey, right wing, takes a dribble. Pierce just working it around the key. Rakeem Huey, right wing three, found his spot, no good off back iron. Colin Prangley for Centralia, and they're running. Here's Austin Philly, kicks it to Tyler Meadows. Meadows drives in but pulls up. Prangley with the fake and gets it pinned. It's a nice defensive effort there from Marquise Raybon. So there's a timeout called by Pierce coach Bill Mendelson. And a good stop there on the drive by Philly, but tightly contested here so far.
Yeah, both teams trying to get an upper hand in it. Centralia starting off with that 4-0 lead, but Pierce answering with a 5-0 run of their own. And since then, neither team has been able to just get beyond a 2-point lead over the other.
So a couple threes from Pierce to start it out, but it looks like, and this is what I talked to Jonathan McMillan about, he said, we've got to take less threes, we've got to get inside and get good looks there, maybe draw some fouls. And it looks like that's what they're doing so far, getting good looks inside. Marcus Gilson with a strong offensive board. And Colin Prangley, he's really showing a lot of energy here for the Blazers to start it off. And Prangley, last time I saw him, was a spark off the bench. Now here he is starting, bringing a spark in the lineup. And he tries to go up for the layup. No good. He steals it away again in backcourt, going up for the layup. Nice hesitation, but has it blocked away. The long arms of the Pierce Raiders. Pierce ball, 15:30 remaining. Centralia leads 9-8. Barinder Sandhu to Gregory, back to Sandhu. Driving inside is Rakeem Huey. He throws up one, no good. Tapped out by Tyler Meadows. And we're running for Centralia. Meadows drives in, puts his head down. Nice reverse layup attempt. No good. Going the other way, here's Pierce. Inside. Some nice movement from Marquise Raybon, but not on the mark on the layup. Pull-up three. Tyler Meadows is short. Rebound, Pierce. Lots of shots, not a lot of makes here thus far.
And a foul going to be called there on that one as Rakeem Huey drove into the basket. Couldn't get it in, but gets fouled on the way down.
Huey, lots of airtime, is able to draw contact, but the shot is no good. Got some substitutions waiting in the wings for both the Blazers and the Raiders as Huey set to shoot two. Substitutions for the Blazers. We've got Austin Curry, Tyler Peppinger, and Yafta Donkor. So Yafta Donkor, he was a redshirt last year, so he's still a freshman. Had some knee issues, but at his best, he's really been able to play at a high clip. He's 6'5", but he plays like he's 6'8". Got tremendous athleticism.
Tavon DePelmo coming in for the Raiders.
And here is Centralia. Austin Curry with the ball, usually a starter, has had some knee issues. Look for him to get some momentum going for the Blazers, who trail by 1. Left corner three, no good from Taylor Peppinger. Still Blazer possession. Jackson Clark, three-pointers in the corner, no good. Yopta Doncourt with a offensive board, no good on the layup attempt. Nice rebound, however, just has to find that touch. Here's Pierce. Gregory to a newly checked in Tavon DePalma. Gregory kicks it over to Barinder Sandhu. Top of the key, three, no good. Tipped by Yopta Doncourt, but there's a foul in the scrum.
And that's going to go against...
On Yopta. So that's going to be the first foul for Doncourt, third team foul for the Blazers. And Pierce will inbound. And an easy layup attempt for Patrick Kennedy. And Pierce has a 12-9 lead with 14 remaining here in the first half. Taylor Peppinger kicks it to Prangley, driving the baseline. Has nowhere to go, but no one to help him. Throws it right into a red jersey. Here is Pierce with Sandhu. Gives it to DePalma. Top of the key is Sandhu once more. DePalma kicks it to Patrick Kennedy. Just trying to find an open lane as DePalma throws up a three, and it's way short. Rebounded by Centralia with Jackson Clark.
Well, team's trying to either get ahead or pull back with threes. Not anything dropping so far since the last few.
Skip pass from Prangley to Curry. His shot's a little too long. Rebound Pierce going up and in, and a late whistle there as Raybon hits the layup attempt. He's going to have a chance to shoot one more.
Try to make it a 6-point lead as things fall apart quickly for the Blazers. Down 14-9.
They're going to call that foul on number 5, Taylor Peppinger. That's his first. And should be the fourth team foul for the Blazers.
They might have put it in the wrong spot on there, but Blazers need to get something going.
They trail 15-9. Here is Taylor Peppinger, left wing. Kicks over to Jackson Clark. There is Marcus Gilson, right corner. He drives baseline. And there's a foul called on the drive. They're going to call that one on number 10, Patrick Kennedy. It's his first, third team foul. And we're not sure quite where the team fouls are right now.
Yeah.
A little bit of a scoreboard malfunction. 13:01, Centralia to inbound. Taylor Peppinger gives it to Austin Curry. Top of the key. Directing traffic. Curry kicks it to high post. Marcus Gilson goes up, and oh my goodness. What strength and body control for Gilson to score in contact. 15-11 now. Pierce leads it. Pierce with the ball. Barinder Sandhu. Top of the key is Tavon DePalma. Kicks it outside. Skip past the left wing, and a short corner jumper. It rattles in for Marquise Raybon.
Not paying attention there. Taylor Peppinger bouncing it off the back of his leg. Controls it.
Luckily, there was no pressure there. Yopta Doncourt gets it inside, kicks it out left corner, and we're back to the top of the key. Curry to Peppinger to Jackson Clark. Gives it to Curry, and his little jumper inside is good. 17-13 now is the Pierce lead. 11:55 remaining in the first half. Sandhu, top of the key, to DePalma. Sandhu wide open three, and no one was there to close out. He's going to nail that one. 20-13 now is the Pierce lead.
Centralia can't afford to let this lead get any further out than it already is, and there's going to be a foul against Centralia on the rebound from DePalma.
And they let Curry have a wide open three there on the left wing. Too strong, and then there was a silly foul from Marcus Gilson. Not what you want from your leading scorer to already be in foul trouble here, not even halfway through the first half.
Prangley came in to substitute Gilson out of the game. See if he can keep his impact going.
Sandhu, top of the key, gives it to Rakeem Huey. Crosses over, back to Sandhu. Top of the key, three, in and out, no good. Still don't want to give him even that much space. Rebound Centralia, Austin Curry. To Taylor Peppinger. Jackson Clark, left wing. Trying to look for the high post here. Peppinger skip pass to Clark. Back to Peppinger, three-pointer up and good from the right wing. So Centralia able to score there and end a little bit of a drought. 20-16, 10:50 remaining in the first half. Pierce leads this one. Gregory to Sandu. Back around to Huey. Gregory. And here is Huey. Marquise Raybon top of the key. Not a whole lot going on. And driving inside is Gregory. And is swatted away by Doncourt. And here we are with the shot clock violation. Good defensive possession for the Trailblazers. A stagnant offensive possession for the Raiders as Tyler Meadows checks in for Jackson Clark for the Blazers.
And Centralia might have caught a break there as it looked like Doncourt might have gotten some skin contact on that block. The refs didn't see it. Managed to get the shot clock violation as that three no good.
Peppinger fires a long three, but it is rebounded by the Blazers. They retain possession, just over 10 minutes remaining here. Austin Curry kicks into a cutting Tyler Meadows. And three in the key. Yafta Doncourt was camping in there a little too long as it looked like Centralia might get a good look out of that one. Good passing. As such, it is Pierce ball. They have a 4-point lead, 20-16, 9:55 remaining in the first half here. Marinder Sandu over to Rakeem Huey. Daniel Gregory. And Sandu fires away from the left wing, just in and out. Centralia with the rebound. Austin Curry top of the key. There is Peppinger to Prangley. And Curry tries to feed it inside to Yafta Doncourt, who can't hold on to it. 9:30 remaining here. Pierce still with a 20-16 lead. And the Blazers having a tough time producing on offense.
Blazers just having a few mental mistakes that could have had them back in this one tied. So far, they've just been able to keep it at minimum 4-point lead for the Raiders.
And at this point, they're missing someone who can create offense like Marcus Gilson. He had to sit early with 2 fouls. Top of the key, deep three, no good. Yafta Doncourt gets the rebound for Centralia. Taylor Peppinger gives it to Tyler Meadows, right wing. Kicks a cutting Colin Prangley, and he knocks it in with contact.
And that was basically one-handed on his right arm, farthest from the basket, and that thing pretty much paralleled itself right in.
Took a lot of contact and was able to have the body control and the strength to finish, and he has a chance to make it a 3-point play here. No good on that free throw, so it's 20-18, Pierce's lead. They haven't scored in a while. 8:50 remaining in the first half.
The Blazers would like to keep it that way too, try and take the lead again.
Marinder Sandu, left wing, surveying the floor. Top of the key is Gregory, near half court. Sandu, skip pass over to Rakeem Huey, right wing. Driving inside is Huey, but it's stopped. And we're back at the top of the key, left wing.
And another one.
Forced in, another shot clock violation.
And there's no communication from Pierce over how much time is left on the shot clock, and now it's 2 times in the last 5 possessions that they've got a violation over it.
Well, really, Pierce is just kicking it around left or either wing and the top of the key to find a wide open lane or a wide open man inside, and they're not able to find much right now. Centralia firing away, wanted the contact from the left wing, but no good is Taylor Peppinger. His three-pointer's off. And 2018 now, Pierce still leads it. Some great defensive possessions from Centralia. They just need to really get a reward out of that on the offensive end. Inside is a wide open Marquise Raybon, and he's going to be fouled before he can take the shot.
And that's again against Yafta Doncourt.
And Doncourt gets his second foul.
Donovan Amon coming in now out of Palmer, Alaska, 6'8" freshman.
So let's see if Iman can make a difference here. Certainly a tall stature. Driving inside is Sandu, kicks it out to Rakeem Huey. Huey to Gregory. Huey drives inside. Nice kick for the reverse layup on the baseline. That was Michael Walisi checked in for the Raiders. Tyler Meadows for the Centralia Blazers. There's Austin Curry. Meadows, left wing, opts not to take the three, kicks it to a corner three-pointer from Taylor Peppinger, and it's a one-point ball game, 22-21. Pierce leads. 7:25 remaining here in the first half. High post look, and traveling violation on the baseline by Michael Walisi. A nice pass from Marquise Raybon to a cutting Walisi, trying to get the same exact play they just had. And Walisi wasn't sure what to do, didn't put the ball on the floor.
That's one thing Pierce has been doing good all night is getting inside to get those shots up, but that time Centralia prepared on defense.
Colin Prangley, right corner three, off the mark. Rebounded by Pierce. Rakeem Huey kicks it inside, and it is blocked away by the 6'8 Donovan Iman. Marquise Raybon's attempt is denied. Timeout by Jason Moyer of the Centralia College Trailblazers. That's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take that timeout. Pierce leads this one 22-21 here on Eli Sports Network at Centralia College Trailblazer basketball. 7 minutes remaining in the first half.
Centralia College is a great opportunity for student athletes to begin their college academic career and continue their athletic dreams. Centralia College's volleyball, women's soccer, men and women's basketball and fast pitch teams, combined with low tuition, offers a great opportunity for student athletes to continue their athletic careers. For more information on Centralia College and the Centralia College Foundation, visit centralia.edu. Centralia College, where your success begins.
And we're back here at Watterson Court at Michael Smith Gymnasium as the Centralia Trailblazer men are taking on the Pierce College Raiders, looking to make this a sweep. The Trailblazer women won the previous game in this doubleheader, 76-62 over Pierce College. But as of right now, Centralia trailing 22-21. Pierce has the lead, 7 minutes flat remaining in this first half. I'm Luke Kilgore alongside Garrett Spivey, Noel Vasquez running the technical side of things. You're listening to Eli Sports Network on Twitter and YouTube. Centralia College with the possession. Tyler Meadows dribbles to the top of the key, gives it to a quick three for Taylor Peppinger. He's way off the mark, but he has been firing. And rebounded by Pierce. High post look, and a pass in to Michael Walisi is blocked away once more by Donovan Iman. That's already his second block of the ball game. And Centralia with Austin Curry going in, wanted contact, gets his own rebound. Jumper is no good. Rebounded by Pierce. Going inside is Marquise Raybon. Three-pointer right wing, up and good by Daniel Gregory. Raybon for the dribble penetration, kicking out for the wide-open three-pointer. Here's Centralia, Austin Curry, top of the key. Tyler Meadows directing the Blazers. Dribbles over to the right wing, gives it up to Peppinger. Austin Curry to Peppinger, drives in, pulls up. He's double-teamed, throws it away to Rakeem Huey, driving for the Pierce Raiders. He pulls up, allows more of his guys to get back. Sandu, left wing, to Huey, top of the key. Dribble, pull up from three, no good. Batted out of bounds by Michael Walisi. Couple substitutions here for either team. Austin Philly, a Napa Vine native, in for the Blazers, and Ronnie Roberson in for the Pierce College Raiders. Centralia basketball, they trail 25-21, 5:25 remaining here in the first half. Austin Curry feeds inside, high post is Colin Prangley. Tyler Meadows not able to get that one, a little too high on the pass from Prangley, and there's another Centralia turnover. Kind of hard to chip into this lead, however small it may be, when you can't get shots off.
Yeah, and when you allow the three-point shots to continue to come down like Pierce has been doing all night, it's hard to defend, and it's also hard to get back in front.
Rakeem Huey drives inside to a cutting Ronnie Roberson, who is fouled. No good on the layup attempt. He's going to be shooting two at the charity stripe.
I believe that might have been against Prangley, which might be his second of the game, maybe third. Nope, first.
So the first on Colin Prangley, the sixth team foul for the Blazers here in the first half. One more, and we're going to be in 1-and-1 territory. Here is Roberson. Not a lot of lift on that shot. He is short on his first free throw attempt. And checking in for the Blazers is Jackson Clark. Colin Prangley is going to take a seat, get some rest time. There's 5:01 remaining here in this first half. Neither free throw is good, and we're pushing the ball with the Centralia Trailblazers. Clark kicks out to Tyler Meadows. Pass was a little bit off the mark, and Meadows throws it away right into the hands of Pierce Raiders. A 2-on-1 fast break ends up in pay dirt for the Raiders as Daniel Gregory scores off the feed from Rakeem Huey. 27-21 now is the lead for Pierce. 4:35 remaining. Austin Curry to the left wing is Jackson Clark. Donovan Iman, short corner. He drives in, bumps once, and kicks out to the top of the key. There's Meadows. Wide open three-pointer from the left wing, and it bounces up and in for Jackson Clark.
That one took its time deciding whether it was going to go in or not before deciding on the former.
Centralia cuts it to a 3-point deficit, 4-10 here in the first half. Driving inside is Daniel Gregory, kicks it out to Rakeem Huey. Gregory, left wing. Huey drives and kicks out to Sandu, looking for the open man, throws it, and nice adjustment from Gregory, but a little off balance, and he's got caught with a double dribble.
And they were 5 seconds away, too, from having a shot clock violation again, as there's no awareness from Pierce when they're running out of time to put up a shot.
And we've seen Centralia hold them to 2 shot clock violations thus far. Centralia with a chance to tie this one up on this possession. 27-24 is the Pierce lead, 3:45 remaining in the first half. Clark from the left corner, no good, rebounded by Pierce. Marquise Raybon throws it away, a cutting Austin Curry, up and easy with the layup on the feed from Jackson Clark.
And great peripheral from Clark to find Curry running straight down beeline to the basket for that layup.
Some great vision to be sure. 3:20 remaining here in the first half. 27-26 is the Pierce lead. Centralia, they got to get a stop here, and they have a chance to take the lead. Pierce working the ball around. Top of the key. Sandu, his three-pointers up and in.
And just like that, again, every time the Blazers get to within one, someone, mainly Sandu, finds a way to hit a three.
Can't give Sandu any space at this point. He's hit a few of them. Centralia, Curry to Meadows, right wing. Jackson Clark, right corner. Skip pass to Curry. He drives inside. Meadows, wide open three-pointer, top of the key. Splashes it home. And it's back to a one-point ball game, 30-29 for the Raiders. Got to get a stop here if you're Centralia. Marinder Sandu, top of the key to Huey. Kicked inside, a power dribble and a slam by Marquise Raybon. No one picked him up, so a wide open two-hander off the vertical. Tyler Meadows to Austin Curry driving inside. Meadows left wing three this time, no good off the mark. Rebounded by Raybon of the Raiders. Kicked over to the right corner, a three-pointer up and in for Sandu. Sandu catching some fire here from deep now. That spells doom for the Blazers here in the first half. 2 minutes remaining, 35-29 is Pierce's lead. Centralia working it around. Curry tries the wraparound pass and throws it away out of bounds. So a few bad offensive possessions for the Blazers and some critical defensive possessions as well.
And they were trying to find Donovan Iman down low, but it just went right past him. He couldn't get a hold of it.
Austin Philly checked back in for the Centralia Trailblazers. Pierce College inside. Ronnie Roberson kicks it out to Huey, drives in. His floater bounces up and in. So almost double-digit territory here for the Pierce Raiders. 37-29 is their lead with just over a minute remaining here in the first half. The Blazers got to gather some momentum to take into the halftime. Tyler Meadows, top of the key, crosses over to Jackson Clark, left wing. Meadows fakes and goes up from the left elbow, kicks it over to Clark, left corner three, just off front iron. 1:05 left here, 8-point lead for the Raiders. Nice defense there from Clark, kicks to a cutting Curry, and there we go. Some transition work for the Blazers.
Great teamwork there by Curry and Clark to double team on that one, get the steal and the layup to go with it.
37-31, Pierce's lead here. 45 seconds left in the first half. High post is Roberson. 2 dribbles, he spins, and he is swatted away, rejected by Donovan Iman for his 3rd block of the ball game, all here in the first half.
Iman doing a good job coming into this game with those key blocks to maintain this Raider lead only to 6.
Pierce Raiders. Dribbling over to the half-court line is Huey. Drives in, kicks it to the left wing. Wide open 3 with 1 on the shot clock. No good. And who's the deflection off of? It is going to be Centralia ball, last touched by the Raiders. So with no shot clock now, 23.8 remaining, they've got a chance to hold it for 1 shot and maybe take some momentum into halftime.
Peppinger coming into the game now in place of Philly. Try and get a shooter in. Still haven't touched the ball yet either until now.
Austin Curry with the ball, top of the key, moving it around. Peppinger back to Curry. Looking for some off-ball movement here is Curry. 9 seconds now. Here's Curry driving inside, kicks it for a 3-pointer from Peppinger off the front iron.
He's got 2
Rebounded,
seconds.
1 second. Curry throws up a prayer, no good, short. And the Blazers are going to have some talking to do in the locker room as Pierce College jumps out to a 37-31 halftime lead here. You are listening to Eli Sports Network. I'm Luke Kilgore alongside Garrett Spivey. 37-31. Pierce leads over Centralia at halftime.
The Pacific Athletic Center is excited about the expansion of our Express basketball teams, featuring 5th through 8th grade and high school girls teams and boys teams. Players for the Express receive exposure to the highest level of competition, our dedicated practice facility, individual training, and coaching from our experienced staff, plus top-of-the-line gear, and for parents, affordable pricing and scholarships. Check out the Pack Express at PacificAthleticCenter.com.
The Port of Centralia is a local leader in bringing new family wage jobs to Southwest Washington. The Port of Centralia Board of Commissioners is proud to support the local businesses like the Eli Sports Network and our local kids. There is no doubt our future leaders are those that can commit, are dedicated, and self-motivated. The Port of Centralia believes high school sports is a great way to develop those skills. Best of luck, athletes from the Port of Centralia.
Working together for a common goal. That's what teamwork is all about. Tom and Karen Alderson and all the staff at Awards West Printwares congratulates all of our local athletes for the time and effort they have invested in learning to play their game and in learning how to be good teammates. At Awards West Printwares, we take a lot of pride in working as a team to provide quality custom awards, screen printing, embroidery, and banners. Alderson's Awards West Printwares on Kresge in Centralia.
Pacific Sports Spa is now open in Chehalis. Are you an athlete, former athlete, or suffering from athletic-type injuries? Then you need to stop by Pacific Sports Spa and check out the most cutting-edge therapy equipment assembled in one place in all of the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Sports Spa can help you deal with the pain and soreness of sprains, inflammation, or stiff joints and muscles. Check out the services offered by Pacific Sports Spa on their website at pacificsportspa.com. Pacific Sports Spa is ready to help you get back in the game.
And we're back here at Watterson Court in Michael Smith Gymnasium. The Lady Blazers took the doubleheader, or excuse me, the first half of the doubleheader, beating Pierce College 76-62. The Centralia men not faring as well here at halftime as Pierce has a 37-31 lead. And for the halftime stats, I'm Luke Kilgore. We'll move it over to Garrett Spivey.
Thank you, Luke. So starting off for the Pierce Raiders, their leading scorers so far, Brander Sandu and Marquise Raybon, each with 9 points apiece. Sandu making his 9 all from 3-point attempts. Their next leading scorer, Rakeem Huey, has 7, followed by Daniel Gregory with 6, 2 for Ronnie Robertson, Patrick Kennedy, and Michael Elise. Leading scorers for the Blazers so far, Marquise Gilson with 7 points, Colin Prangley with 6, and Austin Curry off the bench with 6 points as well. Also Taylor Peppinger with 6 off the bench, and then 3 for Jackson Clark and Tyler Meadows. Rebound-wise, the leading rebounder for the Raiders is Marquise Raybon, who has 6, all of them defensive rebounds. They have a total of 17 rebounds, 16 defensive. And for the Centralia Blazers, their rebounding leader is Austin Curry with 4. They have a total of 20, 8 of them coming on the offensive side, so they're doing a better job offensive rebounding than Pierce is, but they just haven't been able to get any of the putbacks in, as Centralia is shooting 33% from the field in total tonight, 20 from 3, and the Raiders shooting 43.8% overall in the field, shooting 42% from the three-point range.
And that kind of goes back to, I was talking to Jonathan McMillan, the assistant coach for the Blazers, in the pregame, and they said we need to stray away from the three-pointers and try to get good looks inside. Looks like they're shooting a little bit too many three-pointers and definitely not making enough. But we're seeing some good defensive possessions for the Trailblazers, but they're kind of really, they're blocking the inside, but they're allowing wide open threes like at the top of the key for Barinder Sandu, for other people to take advantage, and just being stagnant on the offensive end. Marcus Gilson, that's a huge part of that. He got in foul trouble with literally 11 minutes left in that first half, and then he was benched for the remainder of it with 2 fouls, and he's their leading scorer at just over 18 points per game, and he's their inside guy. And then you also take into account that Austin Curry didn't start. He's had some leg issues, and you can see that he's not faring as well as he usually would. So lots of stagnant offense from the Blazers, and they need to come out with a little bit more of a rhythm, try to get better inside looks in the second half.
Yeah, and also Donovan Iman, as you mentioned, he had 3 blocks in the first half. That accounts for 33% of the blocks in this game combined between both teams, as the Blazers have 6, so he's got 50% of the Blazers' blocks. If they can start finding him down low and get him on the board for some points, that could help with if Marquise Gilson gets into foul trouble even more in the second half.
Yeah, and Iman definitely has been huge on the defensive end. Like to see him get a little bit more involved at 6'8" on the offensive side of things. But you're definitely right. They've got to lock down, and really they're just missing Gilson is a huge part of it. They've got to get the inside looks necessary, and just a stagnant offense. Not what I saw against LCC, where everyone is kind of firing. They were playing within the rhythm of the offense and able to get good looks, whether they were mid-range or from 3 or inside. So got to find other ways to score rather than just moving the ball around and settling for a three-pointer. But on the other side of things, that's kind of what we've seen Pierce do, and it's kind of surprising that there's a 6-point lead here because they've forced 3 shot clock violations. So Pierce has just drained the clock down, looking for a shot around the arc and just kind of passing it all around before settling for a 3 or not finding someone in time and getting a shot clock violation. So Centralia's really got to capitalize on that.
Yeah, and also a key point to that the three-point shooting that you mentioned. They're 6 of 14, which of course 43% roughly. But the fact that they've made 6 three-pointers already, that totals 18 of their points, which is almost half of their total, and 3 of them coming from Brandon Shandu, which is basically all he's been shooting so far tonight. That's actually exactly what he's only been shooting. He's only shot three-pointers so far, and that fact that he's made 50% of them just proves how big of a threat he actually is outside the perimeter.
Yeah, Sandu, and these aren't, most of these aren't moving the ball around, lots of off-ball movement, and Sandu getting just something wide open. They're pushing the ball around from the left wing to the right wing, top of the key, and looking for someone to be open. But when Sandu looks and no one's open and he's got enough space, he's just firing away. So you need better closeouts. I mean, that's their shooter. So you look in the second half for Sandu to get smothered and locked up tight. So basically all the Pierce offense is just passing it around the three-point arc and looking for a wide open lane.
Yeah, just basic ball handling material that they just need to work on for Centralia, and Pierce just basically, as long as they can keep making those threes at roughly the pace they've been doing so, they could be looking at getting their first league win all year.
Yeah, and that's something that coming into this, I mean, the Centralia men, 2 of 3 in Western Conference play. This would be brutal. This would be a brutal loss against an 0-5 Pierce team, and you need this one. And that's what we kind of talked about in the pregame is you can't take it for granted. You're down Austin Curry. At least he's not 100% healthy. And for Marcus Gilson to get into foul trouble very early on in the game, you're going to need his help. And in the second half, I'm sure he'll be starting, but he's really got to play conservatively on the defensive end and play hyper-aggressive on the offensive end and drum up some points for the Blazers who are just looking stagnant on the offense.
Yeah, that's just all they have to do is find ways to get their shots to fall in, get the stops that they need on the defensive end, and everything should be going as it should.
So for the Blazers, if you're Jason Moyer, it's key in 1 on their shooters. So you got to stop those wide open top of the key threes. Can't give them any space, and then lock down on the passing lanes. Just run some shell drill, just like you would in a high school practice. Lock down the passing lanes. You're going to get some turnovers, and just look for more shots inside. They're shooting too many threes and not making nearly enough. Marcus Gilson's really going to help with that when he starts in the second half. But everyone needs to move the ball around. Need to get a lot of off-ball movement as well and get good looks on the inside.
Yeah, definitely. All those things you said, just exactly what they need to be doing in order to come back and win this one. Still 5.5 minutes practically until the start of the second half as the Pierce Raiders lead the Centralia Blazers 37-31. And this is just to kill some time. I noticed on the schedule, looking at it, I had been looking up all night at all the banners of all the teams in the Western Division, looking at that. And then I noticed on the schedule they have 14 league games compared to what should be 16 based on the number of teams up there. And I realized that the Clark College wasn't on their schedule, so I went to NWAC to see if they were still playing sports or if they just got moved, and apparently they're in the Southern Division now, which I had no clue it even happened.
Yeah, lots of things change, and if you're not right on it here in the NWACs especially, then you're going to miss out. That's just like women's basketball in general, moving to 4 quarters rather than 2 halves, and that's something that if you haven't been paying attention in the last couple of years, you'd miss as well. So things in the NWACs always changing. I know that Clark has always been a tough matchup for the Blazers, but here tonight, Pierce coming in at 0-5 and Centralia at 2-3. They've got to win this one. This was something that in the middle of the season would be a momentum killer for them to, especially coming off of a win. They beat Green River, granted 89-88 by a tightly contested battle. They've got to come out and win this one for the sake of the season and for the sake of momentum.
Yes, and you can't ever take any team lightly, especially when they're a team hungry for their first league win of the year, and any game is the opportunity for them to get that upset win in the eyes of everyone in the NWAC. And tonight they're trying to prove that tonight against the Blazers in hopes of getting that first win to try and get some sort of momentum going to get that 4th seed. But Centralia definitely needs to come out in this second half on fire, not allow anything defensively to allow Pierce to extend their lead like they have been doing all game since they took the lead early in the first half.
Yeah, and for the Blazers, I'm liking what I'm seeing starting out. Colin Prangley came out with a lot of energy there to begin the first half. Usually seems like he's someone off the bench, but he really was playing well, especially in the backcourt when Pierce was trying to push the ball up. He stripped a couple away, went inside strong, made a couple and ones that were very impressive. So look for Prangley to create more, but really it's going to take more than just 1 or 2 guys. Granted, you have Curry coming in averaging 18 points a game on 43% shooting, 8 rebounds per game, 4 assists, 2.4 steals, and Marcus Gilson averaging 18.4 points per game, 57% shooting, 8 rebounds. And then there's Prangley at 11 points per game on 51% shooting. After that, it falls off. So you have those 3 guys that are bringing that consistent production, but the other guys, it's kind of a question mark. And right now, we're not seeing Austin Curry fill up the stat sheet. We're not seeing Marcus Gilson fill up the stat sheet. Prangley, he's bringing some good energy, but they need some help. They need to move the ball around, get good looks, and get good scoring and production. They got to play some smart, sound team basketball and not throw the ball away if they want to come back in the second half and really jump out on the Pierce College Raiders.
All right, and that'll do it for our halftime show. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half for you between the Pierce Raiders and the Centralia Blazers here on the Eli Sports Network.
Working together for a common goal. That's what teamwork is all about. Tom and Karen Alderson and all the staff at Awards West Printwares congratulates all of our local athletes for the time and effort they have invested in learning to play their game and in learning how to be good teammates. At Awards West Printwares, we take a lot of pride in working as a team to provide quality custom awards, screen printing, embroidery, and banners. Alderson's Awards West Printwares on Kresge in Centralia.
Centralia College is where your success begins. Fresh out of high school, want to extend your athletic career, or are heading back to class for a new career, Centralia College is a great place to start. It's not too early to begin planning, and the Centralia College Foundation can help you pay for your education. The foundation offers more than $500,000 in scholarships every year. You can apply easily by going to centralia.edu/scholarships. Centralia College is where your success begins.
The Port of Centralia is a local leader in bringing new family wage jobs to Southwest Washington. The Port of Centralia Board of Commissioners is proud to support the local businesses like the Eli Sports Network and our local kids. There is no doubt our future leaders are those that can commit, are dedicated, and self-motivated. The Port of Centralia believes high school sports is a great way to develop those skills. Best of luck, athletes from the Port of Centralia.
And welcome back here to Watterson Court and Michael Smith Gymnasium as we're about to get the second half underway. The second half of this doubleheader as the Pierce College Raiders are up on the Centralia College Trailblazers 37-31 here on Eli Sports Network. Thank you for listening in and watching today. We are live on Twitter and YouTube. And for the second half of play-by-play, here's Garrett Spivey.
All right, thanks, Luke. And the Blazers will be looking to try and come back and take the first lead of the game since they led 4-0 back when there was 19 minutes to go in the first half. And the Pierce Raiders will start off with the ball inbounding it as Daniel Gregory inbounds it to Barinder Sandhu. Back to Gregory. And to Sandhu again at the top of the arc. Brings it to the left wing. Inside he looks to Robertson. Now back out to Gregory. Tries to find a screen, puts up a shot from top of the arc. No good off the back side of the rim. And it's rebounded by Meadows. Pass down low. And getting the layup there, Marquise Gilson to get things going for the Blazers to start this second half.
And we talked about that. Gilson in foul trouble with 11 minutes remaining in the first half. He immediately makes his mark to help the Blazers here.
And so now Huey at the top of the key, passing to Sandhu, who's going to put up a three left wing. That one will fall in. And like we mentioned earlier, you got to stop Sandhu, but he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, don't give him any space whatsoever. You got to stifle Sandhu because he's been on fire from deep.
Meadows thought about the three instead, passes down to Clark on the left baseline. Inside he goes, getting the layup there for Colin Prangley to cut back into the Pierce lead, 40-35, 1 minute into the second half.
Nice look up and in as he saw Marquise Raymond coming to block the shot, flips it up with his right hand.
Sandhu thought about another three instead, passes that one out to Huey, driving inside. Now they get to Robertson. He puts up the shot as it floats in to answer back the 2 points from Centralia.
Yeah, and Jason Moyer upset. You can't give up baseline there.
Austin Philly now on the right wing with the ball, hands that one off to Prangley. Now across Meadows. Inside they go. And trying to get the foul and will is Marquise Gilson. He'll head to the line for two as that foul will be called on Marquise Raybon.
A good feed there. You can tell they're trying to go to Gilson right away to try to get some momentum here shifted as the Pierce Raiders lead 42-35.
And that's going to be the second foul on Raybon in the game. First free throw attempt no good as it bounced off the left side of the rim for Marquise Gilson. Free throws will be critical, especially down the stretch for the Blazers, so better to make them now and not have to rely on it later as the second one is good. Cuts it to a 6-point lead. Rakeem Huey now with it, gets it back to Sandhu as the Raiders pass it across the top of the key. Inside, now back out Sandhu, puts up another three, and that one off the rim, no good. Rebound by Meadows. Gonna bring it back the other way, left to right. Pass across, now over to Clark, left baseline three, and that one's in.
Nice shot there from Jackson Clark, and an even better closeout on the other end to make Sandhu alter his shot.
Now Sandhu pass back over to Huey at the top of the key. Get it to Gregory, back to Huey. Gets a screen, now past Sandhu. Thought about it, but instead passes it back. Right wing, now across, and it gets tipped away by Colin Prangley out of bounds. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Raiders. And they're going to have to keep their eye on that shot clock again, as coming into the game is Matave Asali. And he's going to come in for Barinder Sandhu.
Good hustle there by Prangley to get a hand on the play.
And Paringer trying to play defensive there, and the shot put up by Ronnie Robertson, no good, and he touched it last. It goes back to the Blazers.
Only a 3-point deficit here. Time for them to make something happen.
Blazers come the other way now on the right wing. Is Philly and trying to get the steal, and there's going to be a call from the official for, not sure what it was, but it looks like
a foul called.
Yeah, it was a foul on Pierce, I guess, before the steal.
So that foul's going to go on Marquise Raybon, his second.
I believe that should be number 3. As I mentioned earlier, it was his second. I think they're trying to get that fixed on the scoreboard so that it correctly states it. But in any event, Blazers will inbound it. Meadows trying to find someone to inbound to. Gets it to Prangley. Pass back out to Gilson. Now inside to Clark. Back to Gilson. Drives inside to put up a shot. No good. Getting the rebound for the Raiders is Asali. And he'll drive it down the other end of the court. Forehanding that off to Huey. Try to drive inside. And foul going to be called against Jackson Clark.
That's going to be the first personal here in the second half for the Blazers.
And that's only his first of the game. So Huey going to inbound for the Raiders. Passes out back to Solly, who gets it to Gregory at half-court stripe. Waiting for the play call as he gets it back to Asali. Left wing. Pass around the top of the key. Huey back to Gregory. To Huey again, drives inside, tried to put up a pass, gets stolen instead by Clark. And he'll get this one to Philly, passes down low, trying to put up the shot, no good, and a foul going to be called against Centralia, and that'll be against Jackson Clark again.
So second foul here in just under a minute of play. And that was a nice pass, so Philly up ahead. He didn't he didn't have an angle at the basket, but caught a cutting Colin Prangley who put up the floater, and that was no good, but gotta like the play style there.
So now Huey gonna come back across, pass over to Asali. Back to Huey as he directs traffic and has Clark all over him before Philly moves on him. And now travel going to be called as they passed inside to Robertson. They couldn't keep his pivot foot in place. And now in for the Raiders, Patrick Kennedy, as he'll replace Ronnie Robertson. Meadows taking the inbound pass, comes across half court. Pass Austin Philly on the right wing, looks inside for Gilson. Getting pushed out of bounds and trying to save it. The Raiders get the steal. They're moving the other way with it. Asami puts up the shot, no good. Gets his rebound and he puts it up for a lay-in. Extends the Raider lead once again to 5.
Man, a game of hot potato on both ends there, and Azalea is able to get his own board and put it up and in.
Almost stolen there by Gregory. A 3 put up for Centralia, no good. Rebound by Raybon, and he's going the other way with it. Pass out, quick jump shot, no good. And the rebound there by Clark. As Centralia takes it back, we'll try to slow it down a bit to get a play call. Now to Meadows on the left wing. Out to Austin Philly, now back to Clark. Tries to drive inside, gets trapped. Passes inside to Gilson, puts up a shot, and he's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for 2. And maybe that time it'll be 3 on Raybon.
Gilson just being strong, grabbing the ball, and one power dribble, back up and in, using his body to shield.
So Gilson goes to the line for 2 to try to cut back into this Raider lead. Trying to get their first lead again since the first half. Gets that first free throw to fall. Coach Moore telling Clark how he wants his offense ran when they have possession. Second free throw attempt by Gilson is up and drops in. 3-point lead again, 44-41, 15.5 to go in this one. And Asali pass over to Hughes, back to Asali, top of the key, pass inside. Hands off now to Brabon before passing it back out to Hughes. They go inside again, moving in front, but travel going to be called that time against Patrick Kennedy as he pushed his way into the basket, but traveled before he could put up the shot.
And that Raider offense, they use a lot of clock waiting to find a good shot. So that's why it seems like the score has been what it is for a long time.
Meadows to Philly, now down to Clark inside, and great passing there, but a block by Raiders. Trying to put up the shot again was Gilson, couldn't get it to fall in. And now Prangley puts up a shot, and a block foul going to be called, that time against Kennedy, and going to the line for Centralia Prangley.
And that one called on Patrick Kennedy, and that's what they call those bang-bang plays. It's hard to tell if Kennedy got his feet set, and Colin drives in and is bailed out with the foul.
Prangley's first free throw attempt just falls in after bouncing off the back of the iron. Coming in now for the Raiders, Ronnie Robertson and Tavon DePalma, and coming out is Kennedy and Robertson. So now a second attempt to try and make it a 1-point game again. Off the front of the iron, this time no good. Rebound by Raybon. Pass now to Asali before hitting it to DePalma on the right wing. Raiders trying to move around top of the arc. Put up a 3 from his side, no good. And this time Austin Philly will get the rebound after it gets batted out from the key. Meadows pass across, ends up in Clark's hands down on the left baseline. They get it to Austin Philly, right wing, trying to find someone, back to Meadows. Inside they go to Gilson. Pass back out to Meadows. 12 on the shot clock, going to go for a shot, and it's going to be a charge called against Meadows.
And that time, there was no question about Ronnie Roberson being set, as Meadows just walks into a well-positioned Roberson and draws the charge.
Taylor Peppinger coming into the game to replace Austin Philly. Matave Asali brings it across half court. Trying to find someone, gets it this time to Gregory. Back to Asali. And him and Gregory pass back and forth to each other a few times. Now inside they go, looking for a jump shot from the free throw line. No good though from Robertson. And a foul going to be called against Roberson. And Centralia will inbound it from underneath Pierce's basket.
It's going to be the first one on Roberson, the 5th team foul for the Raiders. But talking to Jonathan McMillan in pregame, they will let them have that mid-range jumper. As long as they're not allowing the wide-open inside looks, they will let them have those mid-range jumpers and just hope they won't knock them down.
Chandler Oriaki came into the game for the Raiders, 6'10" center out of Richmond, Texas. Meanwhile, Blazers trying to find something. Pass across a 3-point shot left baseline, and that'll fall in, and the Blazers get their first lead of the second half, 45-44.
Nice shot there, but what you probably didn't notice is a nice screen there from from Tyler Peppinger.
Gregory passing it around. DePalma going to drive inside with it before having to find someone out. And they pass back inside now to Orikai. Puts up the shot, no good. Gilson gets the rebound before passing out to Peppinger. And Meadows now will get it as he comes across half court. Gets a play call, now gets it to Peppinger again. Blazers, Peppinger, right wing 3. No good, but the rebound by Gilson as it didn't hit the rim. So mainly a save from going out of bounds. Loose ball, has 7 seconds. Long 3 from Peppinger, and that is good.
Peppinger, 2 straight threes. That one from deep right wing. That was out of necessity with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Daniel Gregory bringing it across half court now, 12.5 left, 48-44 lead for Centralia, tied for their largest lead of the game. As Gregory trying to find something, gets it to the top of the arc, gets to Del Palma, back to Gregory on the left wing, puts up a long three, but was tipped a bit, and getting there to grab it was Gilson. Blazers trying to get things moving.
Blazers with the momentum completely in their favor here. Got to keep building on it.
Meadows pass back and forth along with Peppinger. They pass it down now to Clark inside. Now inside to Gilson, waiting for a chance to go up, has to back out now. 6 seconds on the shot clock, going to drive inside. And now trying to put up a shot was Prangley, and he's fouled after getting blocked by Oriaki. And he'll go a line for 2 more to try and give the Blazers their largest lead of the game.
Once more on 2 straight possessions. Not the way you want to execute the offense, but 2 shots out of necessity, and they find themselves rewarded. Marcus Gilson diving inside, finds the open Prangley there on the left block, and he's able to draw some contact.
And the Raiders already at 6 fouls in this half to the Blazers 3. First free throw attempt good for Prangley.
Checking in for Centralia College is Austin Curry, and a few substitutions for the Raiders. Rakeem Huey's in, as well as Barinder Sandhu and Ronnie Roberson. Sandhu, he's been on fire from deep, so Blazers better make sure they're closing out here.
Second attempt no good as it backs off the back of the rim. Now Roberson will get the ball. Hand to Sandhu now, back over. Now just passing games, top of the arc, puts up a 3, and that one will fall in. And now the Raiders trying to come back with 3s of their own. And timeout going to be taken by Centralia. And we'll see if it's a 30-second or a full timeout. Whichever one it is, we'll decide if we go to break or not. And it's a full timeout, so we will take a timeout with them as well. 49-47 with 11:24 to go. Blazers trying to hold on to their lead. Back after this on the Eli Sports Network.
The Port of Centralia is a local leader in bringing new family wage jobs to Southwest Washington. The Port of Centralia Board of Commissioners is proud to support the local businesses like the Eli Sports Network and our local kids. There is no doubt our future leaders are those that can commit, are dedicated, and self-motivated. The Port of Centralia believes high school sports is a great way to develop those skills. Best of luck, athletes from the Port of Centralia.
Back here on the Eli Sports Network, Garrett Spivey along with Luke Kilgore. Noel Vasquez running the technical side of things as the Blazers holding on to a 49-47 lead in this NWAC Western Division matchup. Raiders trying to find their first win of the season in league play. And the Blazers will inbound out of the timeout. Peppinger inbounding will get it to Meadows. Raiders hit a huge three-pointer to bring it back to within 2 before the timeout. As the Blazers will try to extend their lead again. Meadows pass over to Curry. Inside look, and it's stolen, or is still on the court, and now a foul going to be called, and it's going to go on to
Yafa Donkor.
Yafa Donkor gets the foul called on him.
So it's going to be his fourth team foul for the Blazers here in the second half.
Centralia has to be careful about Pierce shooting the 3s, as that's what they're going to plan on going to try and get the lead back, as Huey brings it across half court. Takes it now to the right wing before passing across. Now inside look, try to tie it up, no good. Getting his own rebound, Raybar gets his shot up again, no good. Still trying to get a hold of it, and a kick ball. And we'll see if it goes to Centralia or if they'll say it's still Pierce basketball. And it'll go like Centralia.
Yep. Last touched and kicked by Pierce. Like to see Centralia. I mean, they just secured before the timeout their first lead of the second half. like to see Centralia build on this one, get a good look. They've got two big guys in right now, Gilson and Yafta Donkor. Should be able to get something out of that.
Now passing around Peppinger, getting it to Curry. Trying to find someone. Meadows now with it. Pass across Peppinger inside. Now Donkor gets a little jump shot right in front of the basket to fall in. Now a 4-point lead again for the Blazers.
Nice wraparound pass there from Marcus Gilson at the left block.
Raiders passing around the top of the arc again as Huey gets it now on the right wing. Now back out to Sandu. To Gregory. Sandu again. Gregory going to put up a three left wing, and that one almost went in but out. Meadows stealing the rebound away from Marquise Raybon.
Touched everything but the bottom of the net that time. Lucky break for the Blazers.
Now Meadows waits for the play call before handing off to Curry over on the right wing. Pass inside to Peppinger, almost lost it, but was able to corral it back. Meadows taking it to Curry, tries to drive inside, cradling it. Meadows now drives back. Peppinger has 5 seconds, puts up a three, and off the rim, no good. And they're going to say that it was off Centralia, although it looked like Raybon was the last one to touch it.
Yeah, that one was a little bit hard to tell. Checking in for the Raiders is number 13, Tavon DePalma.
Coming out, Barinder Sandu. Quite a surprise there as the Raiders bring this one to their side. Pass around antics. Getting it to inside to Gregory, now down to Raybon. Now putting up a jump shot three, no good. Rebound, still awaiting it, and this one goes out of bounds. It'll head back to the Blazers' direction.
Yeah, last touch by Pierce there, and that rebound probably got tapped around about 4 or 5 times.
So Meadows is going to bring this one up to the front court. Pass to the right wing to Clark, and now they're going to call a foul on Donkor, which will be his 4th foul of the game, and now Donovan Iman's going to come back into this one.
The 5th team foul for the Blazers here. Got to be careful. Still 9 minutes left in this one, and don't want to stop the clock and let the Raiders have chances at free throws.
Now Rakeem Huey bringing it across. Pass down to Daniel Gregory. Back to Huey. DePalma now thought about taking it, but instead they're going to call him out of bounds right on the baseline.
He kicked that left foot backwards and touched out of bounds before he took his drive.
Meadows bringing it down. Pass over to Gilson on the right wing. Inside, getting it to Meadows, just barely held on, but ball loose on the court. And Meadows came up with it. Blazers trying to do something. They pass across to Clark, drives inside, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound taken by Roberson for the Raiders. Heading the other way, putting up a shot is Raybon, and it falls in, cuts the lead back to 2 for the Blazers.
That time Clark driving in, didn't really know what he wanted to do when he got into the air, so a little too late, decided to throw up a shot.
Now Tyler Meadows passed down over to Peppinger, gets it back inside. Peppinger now right baseline to Meadows, inside to Gilson, and a loose ball in the court gets picked up by DePalma, and he'll pass it back to Huey. Puts up a long three and just barely off the rim, but it's picked up by DePalma, and he puts up the shot on the rebound and ties this one back up at 51.
DePalma slipped away on the baseline. You got to get a body on guys.
And now Clark, left wing, going to try and drive inside, passes this one off, and trying to get the dunk, but fouled was Iman. Doesn't go in, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Jackson Clark that time, nice drive and dish to Iman, and wish he could have flushed that one home, but that's okay. He'll get a shot at the 2 anyway.
Roberson gets called for the foul. That'll be his 2nd of the game. And we'll see if Iman can get his first points. First free throw attempt up and rolls off the side of the rim, no good. As Sandu comes back into the game, and Dan Ibsen coming in for the first time today.
So Sandu back in the ball game thus far in the second half. Hasn't had the same effect that he did in the first, but still, got to close out on him. He's already hit a 3 in the second half.
Second free throw, no good. Still tied at 51, 7.5 to go in this game. Sandu pass down over to Ibsen. Back to Sandu as they pass around the top. Puts up a three, and that one falls in, and there it is.
With that one, you can't even fault the defense that time. That's just a brilliant shot by Sandu with a great closeout by Peppinger.
Now Meadows pass down to Gilson, trying to find somewhere. Pass full into Peppinger. And now a long three, and that falls in. We're tied again at 54.
Peppinger answers Sandu's shot right back.
Sandu now. Pass to DePalma, back to Sandu. There's a three-man pass around. DePalma now trying to get it, gets it to Roberson, back to DePalma, puts up a shot of his own off the rim, getting the rebound. Roberson lost control of it, but they still hold on to it. And now putting up a three now, Ibsen, and off the corner of the rim, no good. Meadows with the rebound. Clark gonna try and drive inside for the layup, no good. And Ibsen saves it going out of bounds, gets it to DePalma. And a quick steal there by Jackson Clark, and he'll slow things down finally. Try and get Centralia settled down.
They need to get a good look out of this.
Meadows gets it to Gilson on the right wing. Back to Meadows, over to Clark. Clark on the left wing, pass inside to Gilson, drives inside to try and put up a shot, no good. And gets taken by Sandu, puts up a pass. Raybon putting up a shot, no good. Rebound that time by Iman. Centralia needing to find something as we get close to the 5-minute mark. Timeout taken by the Blazers. And it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it here, all tied at 54, 5:31 to go in this one. Blazers trying to avoid giving Pierce College their first win of the league season.
Yeah, makes have been coming at a premium here. Both sides going back and forth, lots of running, but not a lot of production, especially when you consider that these are both teams. So Centralia came into this averaging as a team 80.2 points per game, and then Pierce came in 73.6. So not a lot of makes happening right now, and both teams are having to really give every single ounce of effort in order to score. They're just not finding their go-to guy. Sandu has been pretty much the only consistent production for Pierce. And then Gilson, who comes into the game averaging 18 points a game, he hasn't had quite the, I mean, he's been doing great for them, but he hasn't had quite the effect on the game as he usually does, as well as Austin Curry, who coming to this didn't get to start. He is hurt, but he hasn't quite given the Blazers the production that they usually count on. So they're having to go to different sources and different locations and just not making a lot of shots. No one's really taking the step up and becoming the primary production.
Centralia gets inbound after the timeout, and they'll try regain that lead.
And Colin Prangley now back in for the Blazers as Donovan Iman's going to take a seat.
Jackson Clark with the inbound to Meadows. Brings it to the right wing before pass back out to Clark. Meadows again with it, thought about a three. Pass around. Inside now, reverse layup, goes in. That's Marquise Gilson to give the Blazers the lead once again, 56-54.
Man, Gilson really doesn't need a lot of room there on the baseline, able to walk the tightrope and hit the reverse layup.
DePalma now with the ball on the left wing, brings it back inside on the free throw line, puts up a jump shot, and that falls in as if it was a free throw to tie it back up quickly.
Nice fake to free up Jackson Clark. He gets back in time, but knocking down the shot.
Peppinger to Meadows, back to Peppinger as they pass inside. Gilson on the baseline, across to Meadows, driving inside, tried to put up a shot, couldn't. Now Clark going to put up a three right baseline, no good. Rebound there by Robertson for the Raiders.
Like to see Meadows, instead of passing that one out, go up with the left hand.
Sandu now pass over to Ibsen. Pass it around, gets to DePalma. Out to Sandu. Now to Ibsen. Inside to Raybon. Trying to drive his way inside, puts up the layup, and that falls in, and the Raiders retake the lead 58-56.
That time Gilson kind of slacking off on Rayvon, allowed him to get that lane.
Now a pass across court, now back to Meadows. Over to Clark. And down to Prangley, driving inside, putting up a layup, no good. Ball tipped out, but picked up by Peppinger. Blazers get a fresh clock. Peppinger fakes a shot. And now a three by Meadows, and no good. Rebounded by Sandu.
That one looked good, but like to see Peppinger take that shot after the fake.
Raybon getting a long pass up, and pass to Robertson, no good for the shot. Meadows passing across. Now inside they go to Gilson, puts up a layup, and that is good. Neither team giving up much, staying within 2 apiece when someone takes the lead as we get to 3:15 left.
And Gilson's so smooth above the rim.
Pass inside to Raybon again, tries to put up a shot, and it just sinks in.
And Gilson's been giving him on the last couple of possessions a lot of room. You got to play him tight. He's scoring.
Now a pass around the top of the key. Meadows with it, gonna pass over to Clark. Back to Meadows, now over to Peppinger. Tries to drive inside, across to Clark, putting up a three of his own, and that falls in to take a 1-point lead.
Nice drive and kick by Peppinger, and Clark knocks it down when he's needed.
Ibsen pass inside, a long jumper there by Raybon, falls through, and it's a 1-point lead again for the Raiders. As it's 62-61.
Three straight buckets by Raybon. Guard him.
And Prangley almost losing it there. Gets it to Gilson, and he puts it back to give the Trailblazers the lead once again.
Trailblazers just need to get a stop here.
Timeout taken by the Raiders with 2:14 to go, 63-62. And it's a full timeout, and we'll take a timeout with them as well. As Raiders trying to retake the lead. Blazers trying to... Back after this on the LA Sports Network.
Centralia College is a great opportunity for student athletes to begin their college academic career and continue their athletic dreams. Centralia College's volleyball, women's soccer, men and women's basketball and fast pitch teams, combined with low tuition, offers a great opportunity for student athletes to continue their athletic careers. For more information on Centralia College and the Centralia College Foundation, visit centralia.edu. Centralia College, where your success begins.
Back here at Centralia College on Watterson Court. Garrett Spivey along with Luke Kilgore. Noel Vasquez running the technical side. As the Blazers holding on to a 63-62 lead with 2:14 to go in this one. Looking to go 3-3 like the ladies did earlier tonight over the Pierce Raiders. And Pierce will inbound the ball out of the timeout.
And Centralia, just in this last couple minutes, Centralia and Pierce trading buckets back and forth. I would love to see Centralia get a stop here and get a chance to maybe distance themselves a little bit.
Gregory inbound pass to Sandu. Waits at the top of the half-court line for a play to develop. Gregory now with it. Back to Sandu. Thought about a three, didn't take it. Now pass inside to Kennedy. Trying to put up the shot, no good. Rebound that time by Gilson for Centralia. Now they'll try and slow things down to generate a play as Meadows passes this one to Jackson Clark. Now over to Peppinger, excuse me. Meadows now back to Peppinger. Clark on the baseline on the left side. Pass down low to Gilson and trying to drive inside. A foul going to be called. And that will result in a 1-and-1 opportunity as that foul called against Patrick Kennedy.
And that's exactly what the Blazers need, a chance to put up some points here. And Gilson's just got to make good on both of them. Maybe make it a, it'd still be a one-possession ball game, but make it a little bit tougher on the Pierce Raiders.
Third foul on Kennedy, so Roberson will come in. So Gilson will try to make this first free throw. And it bounces off the back part of the rim. Rebounded by Gregory for the Raiders. Gets the pass to Sandu. Directing traffic for a play. Has a minute 23 left in this game. Looking for anything. Pass to DePalma on the right wing. Backs out, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Has tried to drive inside, almost lost it, gets it back. Sandu now has it, going to put up a long three, and that one rims out.
Oh my goodness.
Almost fell in. Would have been bad news for Centralia.
Yeah, that would have been a dagger. An unbalanced jumper from Sandu, and whoo, someone's looking out for the Blazers on that one.
Meadows now with it. As Centralia trying to find something to at least make it a 3-point game. Meadows with 10 seconds, pass to Peppinger, back to Meadows. Still trying to find something. High pass to Gilson, gets tipped, and it goes out of bounds. And they're going to say Centralia ball, but only 2 seconds on the shot clock, so it's going to have to be a quick shot.
Yep, quick jumper, maybe even a tip in.
So we'll see what the Blazers draw up here. Quick three jumper by Peppinger, no good, it bounced out, but rebounded by Centralia. And there's a 3-second differential from the shot and game clock. And a timeout going to be taken by Centralia. And they'll take a full timeout as well, I believe. But we're just going to keep it here for these final 28.5 seconds. And the three-point attempt by Peppinger, no good. But getting the rebound for Centralia, I believe, was Prangley.
Yep.
And saves the lead for Centralia for the time being. And Pierce doesn't have to foul, but they probably would prefer to make it a 1-and-1 opportunity and give them more time to try and get a shot to either tie it or win it, depending on if the free throws fall or not.
Yeah, I don't know if you could say as perfect execution as possible when you don't score, but if you're looking for that as far as getting the offensive board, getting a good defensive stop on the other end, if you're Centralia, obviously you only have a 1-point lead. You need that insurance. But if you're not scoring, they executed about as well as they could, getting that offensive board and really giving them another chance. They got to score here, or else it's a nail biter anyway, or else it's a nail biter all the way to the end.
And so Prangley going to inbound for Centralia. You might see Pierce decide to foul instantly to try and save some time on the clock. DePalma going to be defending the inbound.
If not, look for the ball to get to Marcus Gilson.
Ooh, almost losing it there. And now finally a foul by Raybon as he grabs a hold of Gilson, but almost an unlucky break for Centralia as the inbound pass to Clark almost went over and back the half-court line. Would have been a turnover and a prime opportunity for Pierce.
Right now, a lot of pressure on Marcus Gilson. He's got to hit these. This is huge.
So here's the first attempt, and it's off the front of the rim, and now Centralia going to have to play defense. And Sandu going to take a timeout of his own. 21 seconds left, and it'll probably have to come down to this last shot. And you know they're going to probably want, if not Sandu taking a three, they're going to try and get Raybon to get a layup in down low with little time left.
Yeah, and Raybon has been playing well. He's been, especially in the second half, he's been playing well inside, and Gilson's been giving him a little bit of room to work with. But now, the disadvantage is on Centralia's side because you can't foul, and they're going to try to wait until the absolute last second to get this shot up. So you foul them, you give them a chance to get something going. You do have some fouls to give, however. You have 2 fouls to give until you're in the 1-and-1. So maybe if someone gets really good position, you might want to just foul them. But Centralia in a really tough spot, even though they're hanging on to the 1-point lead. It's really, however, whatever Pierce draws up right here, and you got to think that they're going to waste time and take the last shot.
Yeah, only 21 seconds left. Centralia definitely needs this stop, but Pierce definitely needs this basket to try and get anything going for their season. Only 2 wins so far on the year for the Raiders, looking for win number 3 overall, first win in league, while the Blazers try to move up to 3-3. So coming out timeout now. We'll see who inbounds it for the Raiders. It looks like it might be Gregory, and it will be. Bunch of shuffling now to get it open, and they hand it off to Sandu on the inbound. Waits up at the top of the half-court line. Getting heavily guarded, they pass to Gregory. Has 10 seconds left on the game clock. Sandu now going to try and drive inside, pass to Roberson, trying to put up a shot. It's blocked, and it's ticked up by Centralia. It's Jackson Clark. Or no, it's Taylor Peppinger with 1.8 seconds left, and he's fouled. He'll get 2 shots.
And what a defensive stop right there. A little bit of contact on that baseline drive, but a swat to end the Raiders' hopes. But really, they still get a chance for one more shot. Got to sink these here if you're Taylor Peppinger.
So Peppinger will get 2 as it's now 10 fouls on Pierce. And there may be a timeout called depending on what happens. First free throw, though, is good for Peppinger. And timeout is taken by Pierce. And it'll be a 30-second timeout just to try and ice the free throw shooter. But this is as close as it gets in basketball. It is having a 2-point lead, 1 free throw attempt. And it basically comes down to, would you rather make it and make it a 3-point game, or would you rather miss it and force some time to come off the clock getting that rebound?
Yeah, it's a tough call, but if I'm Jason Moyer, I'm having Peppinger try to sink this shot. I mean, you got to make it hard on them. They might be able to call a timeout and advance the ball. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left, but you got to, 1, I want Peppinger to make the shot. 2, lock down Barinder Sandu. He's going to be the one firing it up no matter what distance. He's going to be the one shooting it up. And we almost saw an off-balance 3 from the left wing go in for Sandu earlier. He can hit them, and he can hit difficult shots. So Peppinger, step up and be clutch here.
It could also be, too, if he makes this free throw, that Pierce will call a timeout so that they can inbound it on their side of the court to get a better chance at a 3. So Peppinger's second free throw attempt is good. They won't call the timeout.
Huge. They might not have
inbound to De Palma, but a foul going to be called, and they still have 1 to give.
Smart.
Wasted a good second off the clock. And they have to inbound it back on that side of the court. On Centralia's side, 1.3 seconds left, and this is what it comes down to. I might even just foul them to make them shoot 1 and 1.
1.3, well, he's got to throw something now, a prayer.
And it's no good, and the Blazers survive a scare from the Pierce Raiders, 65-62. Yeah, heatly contested matchup from both teams. It looked in the first half Pierce was going to try and get their first win, but Centralia fighting back in the second half to come away with the win and go 3-3 just like the ladies earlier tonight. A 65-62 win. Our final timeout of the game, of the broadcast, and when we come back, the post-game show here from Centralia College on the Eli Sports Network.
You know you want this. It's the foundation that opens the door to opportunity. Centralia College Bachelor's of Applied Science and Management degree is your credential for success. Start your journey now with a hybrid 2-year degree at Centralia College, then move into the college's acclaimed bachelor's program. If finances are an issue, the Centralia College Foundation may be able to help you. Simply go online today and fill out an application. For more information, go to centralia.edu. Centralia College, where your success begins.
The Port of Centralia is a local leader in bringing new family wage jobs to Southwest Washington. The Port of Centralia Board of Commissioners is proud to support the local businesses like the Eli Sports Network and our local kids. There is no doubt our future leaders are those that can commit, are dedicated, and self-motivated. The Port of Centralia believes high school sports is a great way to develop those skills. Best of luck, athletes from the Port of Centralia.
Pacific Sports Spa is now open in Chehalis. Are you an athlete, former athlete, or suffering from athletic-type injuries? Then you need to stop by Pacific Sports Spa and check out the most cutting-edge therapy equipment assembled in one place in all of the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Sports Spa can help you deal with the pain and soreness of sprains, inflammation, or stiff joints and muscles. Check out the services offered by Pacific Sports Spa on their website at pacificsportspa.com. Pacific Sports Spa is ready to help you get back in the game.
Back here at Centralia College, the Blazermen come away with a 65-62 win over the Pierce Raiders. Garrett Spivey along with Luke Kilgore, Noel Vasquez. And now time for our post-game stats. And Luke, I think you do a better job of giving them anyway, so I'll let you go ahead and give us the post-game stats.
I appreciate that, Garrett. So for the Pierce College Raiders, their leading scorers were Barinder Sandhu, 15 points, 5 of 10, all from beyond the arc, and Marquise Raybon, 15 points and 10 rebounds, 7 of 14 shooting from the field. Daniel Gregory and Rakeem Huey chipping in 10 points apiece. Ronnie Roberson, 4 points. Madavai Azali, 2. Tavon DePalma, 4 points. And Michael Ulysses with 2 points of his own. The Raiders shooting 39.1% from the field, and that's kind of a pattern. Shots and really makes came at a premium here tonight. And for Centralia, we have Marcus Gilson. He actually came in with his average tonight, 18 points and 8 rebounds despite missing a lot of the first half due to foul trouble. Taylor Peppinger came up huge, including hitting 2 big free throws at the end of the game there. He had 17 points. And Colin Prangley, 10 points and 5 rebounds. Jackson Clark, 9 points. Tyler Meadows, 3 points and 8 rebounds. Austin Curry with 6, and Yafta Donkor with 2. The Centralia Trailblazers shot 36.5% from the field, had 12 assists compared to Pierce's 7, 41 rebounds compared to Pierce's 34. So on the stat sheet, they led in most categories, but boy, I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't scared for a lot of that ball game.
Yeah, Centralia had difficulties in that first half. They started off with that 4-0 run to begin the game, but then Pierce fought their way up and got a 5-4 lead, and then they just wouldn't give the lead up again until the second half when there was 15 minutes left, and Centralia and Pierce would go back and forth for about the next 12 minutes, either having a 2-point lead or being tied, neither one really getting an advantage until the very end with Centralia getting those 2 key free throws by Peppinger to get that win.
And one when they weren't making baskets, it was either ends. But when one side was making baskets, they were just trading buckets. The other would answer right back. So Centralia, I mean, coming into it, they were 2-3 in Western Conference play. Pierce was 0-5, but we talked about that. You can't take anyone for granted, especially when you have someone like Austin Curry who wasn't starting. He's got some knee issues. He obviously didn't come up with his usual statistics, but we had Taylor Peppinger who was able to step up with 17 points of his own where they really needed it, and they did just enough to win this ball game over Pierce tonight.
All right, and so with that now, we'll just move on to our player of the game for the Trailblazers. And so based on everything, Luke, it looks like Marquise Gilson just might be it. He had the big second half, but there's also a few key players in there like Peppinger getting a few big plays, also along with Prangley had a few as well. So
I'm kind of leaning more towards Peppinger. So Marcus Gilson, he's coming up big with 18 points and 8 rebounds, but Peppinger, 17 points, not usually where you would expect him. And when they really needed someone to come through, I might be leaning a little bit towards Peppinger. So it's really, I'll give the call to you.
Well, was Peppinger one of those players off the bench?
I believe. Yeah, Peppinger was a bench player, so 17 points off the bench, that's huge.
Yeah, so when you come off the bench and you can get 17 points in a game, that is big for your team, especially when you're not usually a key starter. So I'm going to agree with you and say that Taylor Peppinger is our player of the game for the Blazers in this key matchup that they were able to win 65-62. And so that'll do it for us here from Centralia College. Next game for the Blazers each will be Wednesday night on the road against Highline, the Thunderbirds. The 6 o'clock for the women, 8 o'clock there. They get a bye next Saturday before coming home for a matchup against the Grays Harbor Chokers.
And you got to like their momentum going into it, especially when both teams can win tonight. The women were able to win 76-62 over Pierce, and, of course, the 65-62 win for the men tonight. So some good momentum going into the next week's matchups.
All right, and so that'll do it here for us. For Noel Vasquez, Luke Kilgore, I'm Garrett Spivey saying so long, have a good night, and we'll see you next time.